A massive and unrelenting winter storm continues to strike Calgary and southern Alberta with full force, marking one of the most severe snow events in recent memory. Beginning late last night and intensifying through the morning hours, the storm has blanketed the region in thick wind-driven snow, bringing life across the province to a near standstill. What started as moderate snowfall has now evolved into full blizzard conditions with near-zero visibility, sub-freezing temperatures, and dangerously icy roads. The city of Calgary is facing severe challenges across all major sectors: transportation, public safety, emergency response, and public services, while surrounding rural communities are reporting even more extreme impacts. This is not a typical snowstorm. This is a multi-day weather crisis with long-lasting effects. Calgary's roadways have become nearly impassable as blowing snow and poor visibility continue to wreak havoc on major routes. The city's main highways, often busy with commuter and cargo traffic, have been severely impacted, with long delays, sudden slowdowns, and complete closures in multiple areas. Several incidents have been reported, including jackknifed tractor trailers, multi-vehicle pileups, and cars stranded in deep snowbanks. Emergency services are overwhelmed as they work to assist stranded drivers, tow disabled vehicles, and respond to collisions caused by slick conditions and poor visibility. Side streets and residential areas have also become treacherous, with many drivers unable to leave their neighborhoods or return home safely. Law enforcement is asking the public to stay off the roads unless travel is absolutely necessary, citing ongoing risk of new accidents as snow continues to fall and winds remain strong. The winter storm's impact has not spared the aviation sector. At Calgary International Airport, flight operations have been severely disrupted, with ground crews struggling to keep up with the accumulation of snow on runways, taxiways, and aircraft parking areas. Several flights have been delayed, diverted, or canceled, and passengers are facing long wait times, rebookings, and last-minute changes in itineraries. Snowplow crews and de-icing teams are working in rotating shifts around the clock to clear key areas and maintain basic operational safety. However, visibility near the airport has at times dropped to below 100 meters, forcing the temporary suspension of takeoffs and landings. Travelers are advised to check with airlines before heading to the airport and to prepare for additional disruptions as the storm continues to evolve. With weather conditions deteriorating rapidly, Calgary's municipal departments have shifted into emergency operations mode. Snowplows, salt spreaders, and sanding trucks are working around the clock to maintain access on major roadways, emergency response routes, and bridges. Despite their efforts, the overwhelming volume of snowfall has made it difficult to keep up, especially in residential zones. The city has issued official guidelines urging residents to shovel their sidewalks, clear snow from driveways, and keep fire hydrants and building exits accessible. Additionally, people are being reminded to remove snow buildup from vehicles, check that winter tires are in good condition, and reduce all non-essential movement until the storm passes. These recommendations are not just for convenience, they are essential steps for public safety and emergency accessibility. The snowstorm has been made dramatically worse by the arrival of a deep Arctic air mass, which has caused temperatures to plummet well below seasonal averages. Daytime highs are not expected to rise above minus 15 degrees Celsius, that's about 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and wind chill values are making it feel closer to minus 30 degrees Celsius or 22 degrees Fahrenheit. In these conditions, exposed skin can begin to develop frostbite in as little as 10 minutes. Authorities are urging the public to limit time outdoors, wear thermal layers and full winter protection, and check on elderly neighbors, young children, and those with disabilities or limited mobility. This kind of extreme cold poses a serious health threat, especially to those who are unhoused or working outdoors. Warming centers have been opened throughout Calgary for those seeking shelter from the cold. The snowstorm has been made dramatically worse by the arrival of a deep Arctic air mass, which has caused temperatures to plummet well below seasonal averages. Daytime highs are not expected to rise above minus 15 degrees Celsius, that's about 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and wind chill values are making it feel closer to minus 30 degrees Celsius or 22 degrees Fahrenheit. In these conditions, exposed skin can begin to develop frostbite in as little as 10 minutes. Authorities are urging the public to limit time outdoors, wear thermal layers and full winter protection, and check on elderly neighbors, young children, and those with disabilities or limited mobility. This kind of extreme cold poses a serious health threat, especially to those who are unhoused or working outdoors. Warming centers have been opened throughout Calgary for those seeking shelter from the cold. While Calgary is bearing the brunt of the media coverage, rural areas south of the city and across southern Alberta are also suffering severe impacts. In smaller towns and agricultural communities, secondary roads have become impassable, drifts as high as car windows have been reported, and residents are cut off from emergency services due to poor road conditions. Some power outages have occurred in isolated areas as ice accumulates on lines, and wind gusts knock over tree branches. Officials in these regions are warning that emergency response times may be delayed and that residents should prepare to shelter in place for at least 24 to 48 hours. In some communities, grocery stores and gas stations have closed early due to staff being unable to reach work. For many, the storm is testing not just infrastructure, but also the strength of community bonds and neighborly support systems. Meteorologists say that while the worst of the snowfall may begin to taper off later this evening, blizzard-like conditions are expected to persist through the night due to continued strong winds. Even after snow stops falling, drifting and blowing snow will continue to reduce visibility, cover roads that have already been cleared, and make navigation difficult. Snow drifts, especially in open areas, could reach over 3 feet in height, creating sudden hazards for drivers and pedestrians alike. City officials emphasize that even if the sky clears temporarily, conditions on the ground will remain dangerous well into tomorrow morning. Salt and sand crews will continue working through the night, but recovery will be slow and patience is needed from the public. As of this evening, there have been no officially confirmed fatalities, but officials have stated that multiple weather-related incidents are under active review. These include serious car accidents, emergency medical calls in difficult-to-reach areas, and exposure-related injuries. Authorities are stressing that extreme caution is still absolutely necessary. They are urging all residents to stay indoors, monitor local news updates, and follow the guidance of emergency management teams. Community resilience and cooperation will be critical in the hours and days ahead.